Hello there, Don here from United Patriots of Michigan, coming at you once again with current events, what we see and what we think of them. I wanted to talk to you this week. Oh, wait a minute before I get started. Those of you that see this shirt, I dug this out of the archives. I know that I'm going to get grief from some people. Some of my friends are going to give me grief about it because they see the word Hillary 4. Well, what this shirt is it's the original 2016 Hillary for prison in 2016. The reason I dug it out and put it on is because for some reason this evil bitch has been back in the press, giving her 2 cents about politics again, like anybody really gives a shit. But hope she crawls back into her hole. It was nice not having her around for the last 6 years, 5 years. Anyways, I wanted to talk to you guys today about what's been happening across the nation with all of these mass shootings. This is going to be a touchy subject, I know. A lot of people have different feelings about it. I'm going to tell you what my take on it is, and the take of a few of the other patriots that I've talked to over the last week, the last 10 days, since all this stuff has started. And I'll give you what we think that the take is on this. And again, I want to reiterate that it is a tragedy, but it is important that it be seen for what it is. And what it is, ladies and gentlemen, is a manipulation tool for this government under Joe Biden to find a way to repeal our Second Amendment rights once and for all. It's terrible to what happened. And if you notice that as soon as the school shooting happened, Joe Biden was on the television before the bodies were even cold or before they were identified and the parents were notified. That greasy son of a bitch was on the television calling for a ban on assault weapons, and magazines holding more than 10 rounds. Now, I touch on that. I want to touch on something. If you noticed what happened in Canada last week, Justin Trudeau went before Parliament and declared a governmental ban on handguns. Now, what he said, they're not going to be able to sell them, to buy them, or to even trade them back and forth between people. It was going to be illegal. And he said that he wasn't going to come after the guns that people already have, but I bet you dollars to donuts that he's going to. There'll be a confiscation scheme brought up by Trudeau because he is a fascist. And Biden immediately, in his speech on Thursday, immediately parroted Justin Trudeau by saying, we need to ban assault weapons. We've already had an assault weapon ban back in the 90s. It didn't work. It had absolutely no effect. They found that it had no effect on crime, no effect on mass shootings. It was ineffectual, but he's calling for it again. He's calling for a ban on the high-capacity magazines again that hold more than 10 rounds, which is the dumbest frickin' thing I've ever heard in my life. If you know anybody that has guns, I have guns, most of my friends, if not all of them, have guns, and you know that if you have a 10-round magazine, you just have to carry twice as many magazines. I'm sorry, but it's the fact. The cops carry, if you never noticed on their belts, they have several magazines. That's usually because they run out of ammo. Well, the more ammo you go through, the more magazines you'll need. Therefore, the more you'll have to carry. But doing it is, again, it's an infringement on our Second Amendment rights. He came up with some crap about you couldn't buy a cannon back when the Second Amendment was written. Joe, yeah, you could buy a cannon. You're a liar. Or you're just so stupid that you have no idea. Yes, John Q. Public could buy cannons. The reason that not too many people actually owned cannons was because they were really expensive. And not too many people could afford them. So therefore, there weren't a lot of cannons. But he's just, the way he's coming at this is ignorant on his part, but it's frightening on our part because he's gaining some steam. There was a congressman that stood in front of in a Senate subcommittee or a congressional hearing, whatever it was. I not exactly sure, but I saw the clip where he said, if you tell us that we're going to ban these guns no matter what you say or do, if you tell us that it's against the Second Amendment, we're going to repeal the Second Amendment. If you tell us that if you try to stop us using the filibuster, we'll ban the filibuster. If you try to come at us with the Supreme Court, we will expand the Supreme Court, meaning, what he didn't say was they would stock it with a bunch of liberal judges. But flat out sat there on the floor of we the people's White House and said that we are going to do this whether you like it or not, and it has to do with our Second Amendment rights. And this son of a bitch took an oath to defend our Constitution, and he's sweeping it under the rug. He's giving us absolutely no wiggle room and no way out with except to recall him. So I'm saying we should recall Cori Bush. We should recall John Kerry. We should impeach Biden. We should impeach Pelosi. We should impeach Kamala Harris. Get these morons and their back. Pete Buttigieg. What the hell did he ever do to get Secretary of Transportation? And how badly, since he took the job, has transportation been messed up? Again, another topic for another day. Let's stick to what these shootings are. Now, in our opinion, the shootings are false flags. Now, they used false flags in 9/11. They used false flags in the Korean War. They used false flags in the Vietnam War. They used false flags in the Afghanistan War and Iraq War. They use these false flags to manipulate public opinion so that they can do what they want to do and get away with what they want to get away with. And granted, a lot of people are going to fall for this. Now, again, I want to reiterate that these things are tragic. We know that these things are tragic. These families are going through real grief. But I'm telling you right here and right now that your federal government is doing this, and they're doing this to manipulate you and to repeal your Second Amendment rights and thereby circumvent the Constitution of these United States. Now, you've all read, if you haven't read, you've probably seen the movie, but you know what a Manchurian candidate is. All right, with people with the figures, now that I'm doing the recording, I can't think of the name of the program that the federal government had where they could brainwash people and train them to do certain things, and then with the phone call, activate them and get them to react in a specific way. It was a CIA program. It'll come to me. And these people were probably victims of something along those lines. Now, of course, we can't prove it, but everybody who's familiar with what the government is capable of doing is on the same line, in that these events are planned. They're planned by the government. I don't know if they plan it down to the number of people that are killed. I know they know who's going to do it, because they've got all of these flags. The kid that did the school shooting, I'm not going to mention his name because I'm not going to give him publicity, was a flag on social media. He should have been flagged I get flagged on social media by putting up these videos. Our website has gotten attacked because of what we have on our website at UnitedPatriotsOfMichigan.com. And it's relatively benign stuff. It's going to gradually, here as we go along, get more and more probably conservative, more towards the Second Amendment, and a little more right-wing as we get closer to election time and as we get closer to 2024. Let's pray to God that this woman here, Hillary Clinton, doesn't rematerialize. I have to get this shirt and put a piece of tape over it and say, instead of 2016, make it 2024. Heaven forbid. Good Lord. Anyways, not to get circumvented, the government has planned these things. They're going to get worse, I suspect, between now and 4th of July, which we all know is America's birthday. I think that they're going to get progressively worse between now and the 4th of July, and then from the 4th of July up until November. We're only a couple months away from November. We're only a couple months away here in Michigan from our primaries on August 2nd. Now, if you happen to be living in my district, and which is Oxford, and you want to cast a vote for your precinct delegate, cast a vote for me, Donald Scott. Sorry, had to put a plug in there. Anyways, these things are all planned. They're going to continue doing this. It's going to get worse and worse and worse. And they're going to do this to try and get a vote, get a ticket, get something on the ballot, probably in November, if not into the primaries, to try and get our Second Amendment rights repealed. They're going to want to ban the assault weapons, as they call them, assault weapons, which there's no such thing. What they're referring to, of course, is the AR-15s and the AK-47s. They're going to want to ban the 9mm, which is, if you've been paying attention, Biden this week said that the 9mm round, now, I don't know if any of you have ever shot a 9mm. It is the most used round and the most popular round that's carried by people that conceal carry, like myself and most of my friends. Everybody carries a 9mm or 380, which is basically the same thing. But Biden said that on national television, this was kind of funny. This was funny. Biden said that a 9mm bullet can blow the lung right out of your body. I don't even think a 50 cal can blow the lung right out of your body. But this idiot said this on national TV. Hey, they're going to try and go after the 9mm. So if you, again, as I say in almost every video, if you don't reach out to your senators, to your congressmen, to your local people who are in your government, most of you people probably know somebody who's on the city council. If you happen to run into them, or go to a council meeting, heaven forbid, and ask the council people, what are your plans? What are your stances? What do you plan? Do you even talk to our representatives? You know, if you talk to Ruth Johnson, do you talk to, whoever your senator or your congressperson is, do they talk to them? Do they even know who the hell they are? And if you don't know who yours are, I don't care where you are in the United States, send me an email. Tell me where you live, the city and state, and I will email you back your senator, your congressman, their addresses at the Capitol, their email addresses, and their phone numbers so that you can reach out. Now, you can email me at freedom.michigan@gmail.com. You can also email me at Don, that's D-O-N, at UnitedPatriotsOfMichigan.com. Either one of those two addresses will bring you to me, and I will send you the information as soon as I get your email and I can have time to research it. I'll make sure that you know exactly who your peoples are that you can reach out to. But if you don't reach out, we're running out of time here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. If we don't act now, by the time my daughter, who's now 15, is old enough to vote, which will be 3 years when she's 18, this country as we know it may not exist. We are running out of time. The time is now. If you don't act now, this is why I'm doing these videos, because I feel like I got to contribute something. That is why my co-conspirator, my producer, Andy Kay, is doing these with us, and why we have another reporter out there, Cam Savage. She does our People in the Street interviews. You'll see those coming up. We're doing this because somebody's got to do something. There's also, Andy's brother Rob, who's out there doing interviews at some of these rallies. Again, all these things will get posted. Some of them are up on our site now. But we're learning as the process. It's a learning process, and we're trying to get it to work exactly the way that we want to on our website, UnitedPatriotsOfMichigan.com. It's tough to get it to do exactly what we want. Some code we're having to write ourselves. And I know a little bit about code. I wrote code 12 years ago, and things have changed. A lot of the algorithms have changed with Google and with Twitter and with Facebook. And so I'm not as adept as I used to be, but our website will become more and more prominent. You'll see more and more of us. But cool thing about our website, the way that we're setting it up, is that you can go to our website. We've got videos up there of us doing stuff, shooting, fishing, pictures of us and our kids with their fishing, camping, motorcycles, all that kind of stuff. If you want to submit something, if you want to put up a video of your daughter catching a fish, or you out riding your motorcycle, or anything you're doing, it's patriotic, American, fun-loving, sportsman, whatever, and you want to submit it, and we'll put it up for you. We'll add you to the archives, and this is a give and take, a share thing. We're doing this so that Americans can become more aware of what's actually going on behind the scenes. Go visit our website, UnitedPatriotsOfMichigan.com. Read our introduction paragraph. That's exactly what we're doing. Maybe one of the videos I'll go over it with you. Just share a screen and show you what it looks like. That might be an idea. Mental note. But anyways, going back to the shootings, they're tragic. They're being planned. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Spread the word. Talk to people that you know. Let them know not to fall for it. It's a move by the Biden administration and the left wing in order to find a way to appeal our Second Amendment rights. And if they make a dent in the Second Amendment, there is nothing to stop them from going after the rest of the Constitution. This has to be stopped. It has to be stopped now. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like, please give us a thumbs up. Check us out on YouTube, Twitter, Getter, every social media platform out there. Don't forget to go to the website, UnitedPatriotsOfMichigan.com. If you like, you leave a comment, submit a video, submit a picture. We'll get it up there so you and your family can be posted up on our site and seen by, all 9 people that come to our website. Just kidding, thousands of people, and make it part of yourself. That's it. That's it for me. Don, UnitedPatriotsOfMichigan.com. Signing off. See ya.